Hello everyone, my name is Ana Maria Carrera. I study at UTPL in the career of Pedagogy in National and Foreign Languages. And today I want to talk you about the principles of language assessment. Brown and Abiwikrama in their book Language Assessment Principles and Classroom Practices says that the five main principles of their language are practicality, reliability, validity, authenticity, and watchful. To better understand this will the use following the case which will analyze under the five principles of assessment. A high school biological teacher frequently allowed prepared biology related statement. He asked a student to hold their hands under their chins and signify whether the statement is true or false by showing the thumbs up or a true or thumbs down for a false. And depending on the number of the students who responded incorrectly, the teacher may have students present arguments for both sides. He may pair students and ask them to discuss the concept further, or he may decide that it needs to present the same concept using a different representation or instructional approach. Okay, regarding to practicality, this principle refers the logistics, yeah, the material, cost, administrative aspects such as easy of grading analysis and delivery of outcomes, as well as the time to build and administrate the test. So applying to our case, this type of formative assessment has principle or practically because the teacher can be evaluated and his students when they arise or lower their trump, so it is easy to apply. Uh, the estimate of the time of each question the teacher asks will surely not be more than 1 minute. And if it is need back for a maximum of 10 minutes, this type of evaluation doesn't represent a monetary cost, and its administration is easy and very useful to formative evaluate in the students. Okay, the second principle is reliability. The reference to how dependable and consistent the test is. And the way in the how the teacher informs his students of the rubrics from assessment or test and scores, it is a way which the teacher makes students choose the evaluation we apply. Okay, that and they don't feel that we can harm their grades and that they are clear about the learning objective. For this case that they must analyze, the principle of reliability can be distinguished when in a statement. It says a high school biological teacher frequently reads aloud a prepared statement related to biology. We can see in this statement that is not the first time that the teacher applies this kind of the formative evaluation. The students are familiar and know how to respond and how to debate, and it is also easy for the teacher to collect information. Mhm. The next principle of assessment is validity. Okay, does it accurately measure what do you want if to measure? The question is precisely this question that will help us to limit the scope in this assessment. That is why we must avoid measure irrelevant variables to able to measure students' performance, to achieve objectives of obtain useful and meaningful information about a test taker's ability. In the case that we are analyzing of the biology teacher, the assessment is valid because it focuses on a particular topic. In addition, the teacher moderates the discussion so that it fits into that the teacher really needs to evaluate. We can confirm this statement depending on the number of the who answer the incorrectly, the teacher can make in their students present arguments in favor of both sides. Okay. The next principle is authenticity. The authenticity of an assessment is a directly relation to its application in the real world. For example, in the case that we are analyzing, the teacher uses the discussion as a way to obtain results. In the discussion of the result, the subject, the student is speaking a language that everyone can understand. Even the non-verbal language and the use, we raising or and lowering their tone, also allows them to understand what they want to say. We frequently discuss about any topic in their real life. Then we will say that according to the principle of the authenticity, the evaluation must have a language as natural as possible. The question or the items must be contextualized under the topic. And this topic must be interesting and meaningful for the test takers. To finish, we have a washback. Washback is the effect, according to Hughes, washback is the effect testing has on teacher and learning. For this reason, we can say there are two kinds of washback, a positive and negative. So, for example, Washback's final goal of the English language test will be in the English skills that learners develop. Okay, we can say then that the Washback is the result of the entire educational process and the wisest of correctly applying both the formative and summative assessment. For this case, we are analyzing the biology teacher washback will be the fact that the students can answer more questions correctly. The less he have to change the focus of what he want to teach, the test will be better executed. To conclude, it is important that assessment designers, especially those who do language tests, taking into account the principles that will help us obtain positive washbacks. That is my reference, and thank you for your attention.